This tale is an account of reality, albeit reality in an unfamiliar guise, or you could say the hidden side of reality. Now, just because some things seem beyond belief does not mean that they can never actually happen, and even the incredulous is never totally, categorically, and indisputably impossible. Mankind has too little knowledge of the world to even hope to assert with any authority what is possible and what is not. As soon as you look at things outside the context of the usual stereotypes, you have to acknowledge that we live in a very strange world which seems extremely reluctant for us to come to understand it fully. What do we know of the universe, for example? Very little. The observable universe extends for 12 billion light years. This is the temporal limit of the cosmological horizon beyond which nothing else can be seen. But what lies beyond that? Presumably, the rest of the universe that cannot be observed by the human eye. Beyond the limits of the cosmic horizon, a huge number of invisible galaxies stretch for another who knows how many billion light years. But what lies beyond that? Infinite emptiness? Hard to believe, particularly taking into account the fact that only a tiny fraction of reality is revealed to the eye. Everything else remains the endless unknown. There are more stars in the universe than there are grains of sand on our planet, and there are more atoms in one grain of sand than stars put together. Inside a single grain of sand, there's an entire universe of atoms, and how many separate universes are to be found in a single atom? This is beyond calculation because the internal plane goes on as infinitely as the external. In light of all this, what can the mind really know of the universe, or let's say, everyday reality? Our everyday reality is just one aspect of existence. Reality in its fullness encompasses everything that ever was, that is, and that could be. The first and the third in this list, what was, the past, and what could be, the future, reside in meta-reality, the boundless expanse of unrealized possibilities. The question then arises, what truly differentiates our current reality from these infinite potentials? The answer lies in a deeper understanding of choice and perspective, which brings us to the Guardian's riddle, a compass for navigating this journey. Everyone is free to choose, but the key to endless choices lies hidden on infinite paths. How do you unlock the door to destiny? When you solve this riddle, you will step beyond the ordinary and your apples will fall to the sky. We leave you with a quote from William Blake. To see the world in a grain of sand and heaven in a wildflower, hold infinity in the palm of your hand and eternity in an hour. This, dear maker, is the rustling of the morning star. It's about hearing the silence that screams, listening to the quiet tapping of your heart, seeing value where others see none. It is a subtle, intuitive feeling or inner voice that guides you towards your true path. It's an almost imperceptible sense of resonance or inspiration that comes from the heart rather than the mind. This rustling is not loud or demanding, but gentle and quiet, like a whisper from within.